Nick Hayek, the CEO of Swatch, certainly made the list. The iconic watch brand expecting to sell up to 500,000 Omega MoonSwatches this year in a highly successful internal collaboration. So will the story be even kinder to Swatch in 2023? How do you top a year like 2022 if you are Swatch? Nick Hayek joins us now. Nick, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Look, I have to ask, hand on heart, did you think that the MoonSwatch was going to be as successful as it was? You had people queuing round the block to try and get hold of one of these things.
Yes, and not only when we launched it, it's not a limited edition. It's up to today, 9 months later, the people are queuing. Look, we did everything to make it happen. That's why we kept everything secret. That was a challenge, you know. You produce this in our factories. Of course, we knew this is a bomb. This is something unexpected. And there will be success at the end of the day. But that it was such an overwhelming success, yes, that was a surprise.
Nick, is there going to be a MoonSwatch for next year, like a big surprise we can expect too?
You have already bought your MoonSwatch this year?
Yeah, well, Guy's getting it for me for Christmas, so I haven't actually received it yet.
Yes. Yeah, you see, then you have to go on 2023. Think a little bit more long term. I know in business in the US, you only think about 3 months. But 2023 will continue. The MoonSwatch is so hot that we will continue. But again, you know, the positive provocation and joy of life of Swatch is always permitting us to bring new things and surprising things into the market.
Were you worried that you were going to undermine the other side of the equation, the other side of the fence, the Omega side of the fence?
In the contrary. Because we tell the young people everywhere in the world and everybody who doesn't know the story of Omega. Oh my God, what an icon. It has been on the moon. You have to tell this story. And there are many stories that can be told. So Omega increased the sales after that we launched it. It's the contrary. The young people are fascinated. They want to know what is happening. And Swatch was the perfect means to do it. Swatch was always a communicator and brought new people to buy watches. It was like this in the past, and it will be like this in the future.
Nick, if we get into a recession next year for 2023, what happens to the business? What are you looking at?
2023?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in the weather forecast, but I see there are so many opportunities out there that we can only have positive surprises as long as we stick to what we are doing, and the world should look what we are doing. We have our production bases in Switzerland. We have our factories in Switzerland. We have our research and development in Switzerland, even for a product that only costs $260. And as long that you have these bases, an industrial base, and you let not yourself be influenced by financial analysts and you do the contrary of what they are saying, then there is a lot of success waiting for you in 2023.
Nick, what do you think about Bernard Arnault being the richest man on earth?
I don't know him.
Okay.
What should I think about the richest man? What kind of value is to be the richest man on the world? There's no value in it. You have to.
I asked the question because what he has demonstrated is the value that you can generate from brands like he owns and like you own. And I'm just wondering kind of how you think about that value and how you think about the ongoing journey that those brands are going to produce, how much further there is still to go with these brands.
Yeah, as I said, the potential is huge. You have billions of people in the world, and we showed it with the MoonSwatch. You have young people, aspiring people that don't want to be excluded. You know, we all talk about exclusive, luxury, but all these people want to have very exclusive, fine products, not commodities, not only consumer electronics product. They want fine produced products. And there are billions out there. And they're just waiting that you go and offer them something that brings joy of life and positive provocation, especially after COVID. Mm-hmm. You know, we all during COVID have been blocked at home. We could not say nothing if you say something against it. So Here there is the huge potential. And being rich at the end of the day is not the objective. You can become very rich at the end of the day, but this is not the objective. What is the objective is to bring something that adds value to the lives of the people through joy of life and through a positive provocation that makes move the people.
It seems, Nick, though, what Guy was getting at was also the idea that a luxury CEO is the richest person in the world, and that luxury has been so hot for all the reasons that you just said. Why do we think that luxury can stay hot if everyone has to pay higher electricity bills and hunker down in a recession?
But you talk again about luxury. You have, on the other hand, I think you have the Walmart people and family who are very rich people. And Walmart is doing products for everybody. And so there is space for everybody. And when you talk about luxury product, I would not talk about luxury. Let's talk about exclusive product that create a desire to the people, that are emotional for the people. And it has nothing to do with the price. You see it in our example. We did not a limited edition. It cost $260. It's really accessible for everybody. And that's what it is about. And the luxury industry must be careful. If you always go higher in prices, you exclude more and more people. So your exclusivity is excluding people. You only serve an elite of people, and that's not what the future is. You have to seduce the mass of people, the middle class, the entry class, not just the rich people or the small elite that is out there.
Is that what China is about now, Nick? Is China about attracting a customer who has never bought such a product before? How do you see the Chinese market? It's reopening now. How big is that reopening going to be?
Oh, China is very strong. The people are very conscious of quality products. They know what is a commodity and what is a real fine product. The potential is huge, but not just on the luxury. On every single fine-made product that has a message, that has an emotional message. They like this kind of things. But to come back to the US, I think in the US the potential is huge of people who want to have products that are emotionally driven. You have many products that are reason-driven, health-driven. But here you have huge potential. And of course China, 1.4 billion people.
Nick, before we let you go, I did want to ask about sort of watches becoming an asset class. So Rolex is going to start certifying pre-owned watches for resale by authorized dealers. Would you be looking to do the same?
For Swatch, you mean? Yes, we can compare Rolex and Swatch. It's very good. We have also people who are reselling Swatch watches at the moment. But we don't need to certify them because you can buy them only in our own stores. So there is no other retailer that can have it. So the best is to come to our stores and you buy it there. So no need to do the same thing than one of these luxury brands is doing.
What about Omega? What about some of your other brands?
Yeah, Omega is doing fine. But why should we mix ourselves into the market of used watches? This is a market that is regulating themselves. So the people are exchanging and we have a track of the watches because we give a customer service. Let's think about it. In Omega, we have spare parts for over 30 years. We guarantee up to 10 years. So there is no problem to certify when you come to us and you have a problem that this is a real Omega. So you don't have to do a marketing operation of it. And the market is regulating themselves. The people who want to buy used watches, they can buy it as they buy many other things. They don't need us for us.